Hello and welcome to Tara's Daily Insight and the Open Door, your spiritual caffeine for a high vibrational life. And I'm Mitchell, the Intuitive Messenger. And today is Wednesday, June the 5th, 2013. And I want to thank you for joining me right now. And at this moment, I want to take some time and just say thank you for subscribing to my Facebook page, checking out my website, and seeing Team Spirit's daily message with beautiful pictures from Ty Schultz and myself and others, as well as subscribing to this YouTube channel. So all that being said, and I want to encourage you to check out David Palmer Astrology, and he's got a YouTube channel. Great high infectious energy this man has. But he does a whole lot on astrology, which is definitely not my realm of work, and I really have enjoyed watching his videos, and I vibrate just by watching him. He's just got such great energy, always high, always up, always ready to go. So let me go ahead and dive right in and pull our card for today, see what the energy is. Today is the 17, so that is the star card, which is hope and rebirth and kind of picking up the pieces, if you will, after the crumbling of the tower. So let's see what our card shows us for today. So Knight of Wands. So our Knight of Wands, I know I sound like a broken record, but our knights are often just kind of peons told what to do. They have no face, no body in my cards. They just have the helmet, which shows who they belong to, meaning what kingdom, what king and queen rule over them. So oftentimes these are people, young men, but they can be women as well, especially when they're swords and wands. Because swords and wands are masculine. Wands, of course, is fire. It's fire, and I love, love, love the dragons on here. I resonate so much so with dragons. More so the British English ones rather than the Asian, Japanese, Chinese ones. I resonate with all of them, but the ones from kind of like, you know, the British Isles and that folklore and stuff, it's ones that I resonate more with. So here we are with the Knight of Wands. Today's going to be a very fiery, intense, fun-filled day. I feel like this is about you rather than who you might meet. So I feel like you need to, and I'm hearing that you need to, not that you are, but need to be a little more impetuous, need to be a little more spark, quick thinking, move quickly, pull out a little bit more of your creative side. I'm seeing several of you like sitting in meetings or on calls or at lunch with friends, and this is the time to be creative. Your immediate response to some others' ideas are to say no and fear and run. And I'm talking about the wide gamut here, from friends, from work, from conference calls, from clients. Just be open and readily available for new ideas to pop into your head. I feel like today your reaction, like mine sometimes, is to say, hold on a moment. That's a new thought pattern. Let me process it a moment. Now today's one of those days where you just kind of go, yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Inside you can say, wow, boy, that threw up a whole lot of fear buttons for me. But let me just, go a little deeper. I can always say no if I don't want to go forward. But I feel like you'll discover a little bit new part of yourself. You'll go beyond comfortable and just discover something brand new about yourself. A new realm is what I hear, a new realm of who you are. So, and once you've been into that new realm, it's hard to go back. That's like, I cannot see my life ever being any different than it is now, moving, in other words, the realms of moving back into a more strict fear-based belief system. The door is busted wide open. I've been out of too many closets now, so we're going to move forward. So enjoy this Knight of Wands day. Be creative. When your red flags and fear buttons are pressed, just take a breath and say, maybe on the other side of this fear or red flag is gold, and I'm going to go see what it's like. So have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you in the open door in just a moment. Well, hello and welcome to the Open Door. I'm still Mitchell. I haven't changed in the little break there. So today I want to talk about something. First of all, I finished Paul Selig's book, the Book of Love and Creation. I'm very excited because tomorrow I'm going to head up to Atlanta, and over the weekend I will be seeing him and several other people, Alan Cohen, I believe it's Renee Richardson as well. A lot of new people. Pretty much Paul Selig is the only one that I'm familiar with. I'm going to a conference. It's called Through the Veil. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm very excited to see Paul because I just finished his book. And it's interesting that I just finished it because I probably would have, I just started a new book and I'm already on page like 150. And it took me, it's an 800-page book that I'm reading now. And Paul's book was about 800 or 900 pages. But it took me so long to read that book and I finally realized why. Because of something I wrote yesterday of the balloon and putting too much air in it in my pop. I was that balloon. And as I read his book, because it is vibrational, I knew I had to pause. I mean, there were many days where I had to just say, because it's on my iPad, so I can't close the book. So I had to close the iPad down and just say, whew, that's enough for today. And I would feel, not pain, but just like opening and high vibration in my physical body. And I know that I had to pause because it was like I was about to explode. And it could have translated into anxiety, but it just felt like high vibration. If I kept pushing and kept reading, then I know it probably would have turned into anxiety as my body didn't know what to do with that change and that raising of vibration. And the book is about that, about vibrational changes. He has another book called I Am Word, which was his first book that was channeled. I'm hoping to buy the book in physical form and get him to sign it, because I do love buying books in physical form, but I also love having them on my iPad as well. I know he's got a new book coming out at the end of the year as well. So looking forward to all of those too. So anyway, my new book that I'm reading is Brene Brown, B-R-E-N-E, like Renee, but with a B at the beginning. But she was on Oprah several weeks ago, and I downloaded the book, and the book is called Daring Greatly. And that is pulled from a quote from, I don't remember if it was Churchill or Roosevelt or one of our presidents, but it's a wonderful book about vulnerability. And right now, again, I'm just only about 150 pages in out of 800 pages. But something that I knew I'd be talking about this morning, she talks about scarcity, which I talk a lot about lack versus abundance, limited versus expanding. And, you know, something that just hit me like a ton of bricks, which Louise Hay also said this when I saw her in Tampa. It was about, she said, before her feet even hit the ground in the morning, she has already thanked the bed for being the bed that provided her with sleep. And what Brene was saying is, our first thought often is scarcity. Ugh, that wasn't enough sleep. Wasn't enough sleep. You know, or ugh, you know, I don't have enough time in what I need to do today. So my personal challenge, and I'm so glad, I asked my guys and everybody, please remind me. So I woke up this morning, opened my eyes, and I went, oh, man, that was just the right amount of sleep last night. And I actually have a very relaxed day at work today. I only have a few things on the schedule, on the calendar. But I thought to myself, it's going to be a great day. And I believed it. I believed it. There are days where I say that and I don't believe it, but I still say it. And more and more and more and more, I believe it, because I also know that even if there's something awful down the road or I've got a bunch of meetings, they're going to be okay, because they're either going to limit me or expand me, whatever my perception is. And it's how I look at it, how I react to it, how I respond to it. So I am much more open and expanding, just like our Knight of Swords. If I'm sitting in a meeting and red flags pop up, I just pause and take a breath and say, let's go on an adventure here. A red flag means something new. So enjoying this book. I'm sure there'll be more teachings, especially when they hit me personally. But like I said, Brene Brown. And if you want to find a cool video that would give you some insight into her, if you go to YouTube and do the TEDx, TEDx, and then type in her name. Along with that, you can just search it and find it. But she did, like I said, an 18-minute video on vulnerability, which went viral, millions and millions of videos. And then this next book has come out, because she's written other ones. But this is my first one I've started into. So very much enjoying it. It's kind of a quick read for me, which is good, because that often means it's confirmed and it's hitting me and it's resonating at a level that I can handle versus something that I need to process. Like first time I ever read Conversations with God, book 1, I could read a chapter or two and I had to put it down. And now I look back and realize it was vibrational as well, and just taking me to a new level. I wanted to devour it, but I knew if I devoured it, it'd be like eating a whole cake in one sitting. I would get really sick. So I just rationed it out just a little bit. So, been a long talk this morning. I say to you, thank you very much. Namaste. You have a wonderful day. I will be doing my videos while I'm up in Atlanta. Didn't want to pre-do them because I'll have time. Fabian's not with me, so I don't have to worry about getting out and doing things and holding him up. So I'll have that time myself. So very excited. As if you have questions about what's going on in the world and life, not so much personal ones about you personally, that would be more of a reading, but about situations and things that would interest other folks. But you know what? They can be personal. I'm not going to limit them. They're telling me don't limit. You can shoot me an email and we can address it in the open door. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.